The last game of the homestand, Montreal is hosting Buffalo. Buffalo playing better now, from what I gather. So it's on Prime and got it right here. I'm not showing the game, no, but we'll hang out. We'll talk about the game. We'll have some fun, and Habs fans hangout starts now. Alrighty, so we've got the game tonight. I'm your host Rick. Thanks for joining me for this. We'll hang out, like I said. We'll enjoy the game together. I've got a little bit of news on the game. I've got the stats and stuff and the lines, and we'll start with that, and then I'll get you guys in the chat. All right, my dog is having an incident. You okay, Ray? Okay. Yeah, he does that sometimes. All right. The difference in this game may come down to special teams. Buffalo's is clicking, and I mean clicking, and Montreal's is not. We'll see that with the team stats. Could Buffalo finally be ready to make the playoffs after 14 seasons of not? Or are they still pretenders? It's a good question. It was a bad start for them, and then they picked it up. But is it a sign that they're going to be? I don't know. They're getting secondary scoring right now. It's not signs that say this team is ready and they're going to make a move now, but they could be. They've got a good team there. They should have anyway. And we'll see. Anyway, I'm not sold on the goaltending of Alex Lyon as far as how he's playing right now, if that's going to be sustainable. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen is injured, hasn't played yet. So we'll see. We'll see if they're ready. I don't think they are. I don't know. My opinion is still. I'll wait and see. When they show me that they are, I'll believe it. Habs won all 4 matchups last season between these two teams. Last season versus the Atlantic Division teams, Buffalo was 10-13-3. Montreal was 18-7-1. Let's see if that can continue this season. The teams combined for 32 goals in their 4 games last season. So some high-scoring games. Tage Thompson of the Sabres has just 1 goal this season. Now, this is what I'm talking about, right? And even in their 3 games, their last 3 wins, I don't know if it's 3, maybe it's just 2. He's still not scoring. Tonight, it's going to be Dobish versus Lyon. Is there goalie controversy? I just released. I just recorded it this afternoon too. Latest Hab normals. I talk about that goalie controversy. If there's one in Montreal, if it's too early to have one in Montreal. All right, I forgot to do this, so let me go back and wrong thing to do there. Let me go and do this. I forgot is the guess the score contest. We have that tonight. Guess the score of the game and guess the first goal scorer of the game. You can pick one guy from each team. And the first one in the chat with the correct guess wins $15 off their purchase at the merch store. And that link is going to be at the bottom of the screen if you want to check out the merch store. But the winner will get that. So pick one guy from each team, and if one of those 2 guys is the first goal scorer, you would win if you're the first person in the chat with that guy as the guess. So I got that. My guess. 3-2 Montreal. So a 3-2 win for Montreal. I'm taking the Zacks. Zach Bolduc for Montreal. Zach Benson for Buffalo. That's my guess. So leave yours in the chat. Don't forget. All right, let's just do this here. Last 10 games, Sabres have played only 5. They've actually won their last 2, I believe. Yes, that means they won against Ottawa and Florida. So it's 2 games that they have had success. Maybe a little too early for me to ask that question that I asked. Canadiens 4-2-0. They have beaten Detroit, Chicago, Seattle, and Nashville all in a row, sandwiched in between a loss to Toronto and the Rangers. Players to watch for both teams. Points, Josh Doan with 5 and Cole Caulfield with 8. And Nick Suzuki has 8 as well. Goals, Jason Zucker with 3, Caulfield with 5, and assists, Zach Benson with 5, and Suzuki with 7. Oh, I got scared there. I thought they were underway. That couldn't be. Team stats, power play, 27.8 is the power play percentage for the Sabres. 18.2 for Montreal, so that came up a little bit after getting 1 out of 2 chances successfully. Penalty kill, Buffalo leads the league, 95.7. They've given up only 1 penalty kill goal or a power play goal, and they have also had their shorthanded goals, so they offset that kind of. Montreal, 72.2%. So what I was saying about the special teams, you can see here, right? I mean, it's sub 20% power play, and it's a 72.2% PK. That's not good. That's really not good, and that they can't keep that up. That's got to get better, and I believe it will on both ends. Face-off percentage, 42.1% for the Sabres, 50% for Montreal. Goals for per game, 2.60 for the Sabres, 3.5 for Montreal. And goals against, 2.8 for the Sabres, 3 even for Montreal. And what else I got? Goalies tonight, Alex Lyon, 2-3-0, 2.43 goals against, 9.29 save percentage, and a shutout. And then we're going to have Jacob Dobish, 2-0-0, 1.46 goals against, 9.40 save percentage. And you can look at Monty's numbers. This is why they're, it's a bad start for Monty. It doesn't mean that he's going to have a bad season all the way through. It's just a slow start, in my opinion, with that 3.26 goals against and an 8.57 save percentage. That has to change. If it doesn't, then, Dobish is probably the guy. But right now, I don't think that's going to be the case yet. Buffalo lines, Kulich, Benson, and Thompson, McLeod, Doan, and Tuck, Krebs, Zucker, and Quinn, Kozak, Geertsen, and Dunn. That's the forward lines. The pairings, Byram and Dahlin, Power and Timmins, Samuelson and Metza. Metza's in his very first game. Lyon starting, and Colton Ellis backing him up. Habs, no changes except for Dobish in net. Suzuki, Caulfield, Slav, Newhook, Kapanen, Demidov, Evans, Anderson, Gallagher, Valeno, Bolduk, and Beck, Matheson and Dobson, Struble and Hudson, Jackeye and Carrier, and Dobish and Monty backing them up. And let me see, that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got. I don't know. Maybe I do this too. Check out the store, as I said before. Did I say? I think I said before. Maybe not. October Halloween promotion. Get 50% off our shirt of shame with every purchase of $100 or more. Use the code THBOZO50. That's THBOZO50 at that link below, and that link is on the bottom of the screen. Also, all right, let's see who's here and pay attention to you guys for a little bit. As I was going to say, we're going to start in a few minutes. Ken, hey Ken, how's it going, man? Good to see you out there. Let's go Habs. Phil says, "Ooh, it's a later game. Still, let's go with Gallagher. Why not? And 5-7. Okay. And yeah, don't forget then Wednesday, Thursdays, Calgary at 8:30, Edmonton at 9. Then we go back to 7 on Saturday. And then the following Tuesday, it's a 10:30 start, a killer start. Let's see. BL, how's it going, BL? 5-2 Habs with Chuck Leslie and Danny Gare getting the first goals. In about 30 seconds, BL is going to realize, all of a sudden, oh yeah, those guys don't play anymore. And he'll give me his real guess. Because I haven't figured out his system. Jean Melanson, hey Jean, how's it going? How's good to see you out there? Doug, hey Doug, how's it going? 4-1 Habs, Newhooker, Benson with the first goal. Phil says, anyway, you can lower that intro compared to your regular volume. Neighbors will, if Lamar can hear it. What are you talking about? Intros aren't loud. It's not the streaming intro. Hey, Mo, how's it going? 4-1 Habs, Caulfield or Thompson? Lawyer, how you doing, man? Good to see you out there. And Joe from the future, how's it going, Joe? 5-2, Caulfield or Benson. A lot of people like Benson. I just picked him because his name is Zach, and I was going with Bolduc. And I guess a lot of people had a feeling about Benson, and I must have read that off of that. I don't know. I came up with this last night anyway. I see a lot of Bensons. Joe says Habs 5-2. What do you have there? 5-2. Yeah, if you don't put the team, I always assume it's the Habs. If you want the other team, you put it. If you just leave it, whatever, it's Habs. What do you mean Leslie and Gare don't play anymore? Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. What do you mean? Okay, I'll take Demidov and Byron. You can't even spell Demidov right. Deminov. I don't know of a player named Deminov. Colton Ellis, good keeper and boy via Ramuski. Yeah, I don't think I've heard of him. Is this his first? Like, if he gets into the game tonight, would that be his first NHL action? Or I haven't heard of him before. I think I know the name from the draft, but I haven't seen him out there at all. Is what I'm saying. Getting close to the start. Don't forget it's on Prime. I cannot show the game on screen, but so many people have Prime. It's not a problem. And we're talking about the game. You don't have to watch the game alone. Why be alone when you can hang out with these bozos here and me and me? But these bozos and me. Just joking, guys. Just joking. Or am I? Or am I? Maybe I'm not. I don't know. Game coming up, they said, after the break. All right, what else do I have? I don't think I have anything else. I went through everything, eh? Why do I feel I forgot something? Anyway, after the game, don't forget to check out Have Normals. There isn't. I should have put a link in the description, but I just put it out. So if you just go to the channel, it should be right at the top. So I talk about, is there goalie controversy? Is Caden Gooley injury prone? And is Arbor Jackeye a necessity in this league going forward? Those are the three questions I posed. Then I do the 3 stars, my 3 stars of last week, review last week's games, and make my predictions for next week. And I do all of that without Matt, because Matt, once again, isn't there. I don't know where Matt went. Hey, Robert, how's it going? 4-2 Habs, Jake Evans. You can pick one from each team if you want to add one from the other team. Uzu says, I was looking around on the World Wide Web. On the interwebs? Really? Wow, that's amazing that you could use that. Is this the place for people who like talking Habs? This is the place for people who like talking Habs. Yes, this is the fans hangout room. No admission. It's all free. All you got to do is send me $30. But it's free. Because that makes sense today. It does today. All right. Well, we're waiting for the drop of the puck, which should be coming up soon. Yeah. There's no ceremony, so I don't know why it's taking so long to drop the puck. But it is. Excuse me. What a horrible day today in Montreal. Just a rainy, horrible day today. And we made it through. The game's here, and we're ready to go. We're just waiting for them to drop. It's a gorgeous day if you're a duck. I mean, it was warm, but that's it now. We go back down to the mid to low teens. So that was it. More than likely, that was it of the good weather until April, maybe. I mean, not that it's going to be horrible. We're not going to sniff 20 degrees again until May, probably. We mammals often can create warmth. Yes, we can create warmth. They turn the heat is on, I think, here now. So there you go. There we create with mammals and we created heat that you can deliver into your dwelling. I have a feeling though, Phil is not talking about that way of creating heat. He's talking about the way that you create heat. That in 9 months later, you may have an extra person in your family. Who's says, my point of view, Jacko is important, but sometimes it takes a game without Jacko to realize how much. One regular season if the Flyers comes to mind last year as well learned away, as well as the first two postseason games. Yeah, no, I think that's true. I think that's true. And he doesn't have to be in every single game of the season, obviously, and he probably won't be. But I think for him to be on the roster and playing a regular role on that third pairing is, in my mind, it's a necessity. Especially when the refs suck most of the time, and a lot of dirty players, and they're emboldened by the fact that the refs suck, and things happen, and you need that. You need a guy like that. All right, what do we got here? We got 20 seconds in, so like nothing's happened yet. Definitely one big dude jumps in it. Ooh, and that left pass to Coffee. No, Andy. He was too close for that backhand though. He was too close for that backhand to go in. Goalie had him covered, and I don't see how you're going to put that puck around him from that close. But still, I don't know who sprung him. Only way he could have got that through was through the legs. And too bad, but still, nice start. Got a shot out of it. Um, I guess the Sabres won that or controlled the faceoff. Anyway, it's behind the net right now. Dobish sends it up along the boards to stop there by a Sabre. The half wall. They got control of it now behind the net. I think that's Tuck. Goes around the other side. Passes to the point. Cross ice to the point. Shot. Hit the netting. So, face off. In front of Dobish. Joe says it's hot tomorrow there, but you're like halfway across the world. So, and you're also the next day. So, expect it to go up to 38. Yeah, but it's your summertime. I expect that, right? I kind of, the winter's coming. I'd rather kind of go backward a little bit and get hot weather again. My mic sounds drowned out. Anybody else think I have a problem with mic? You second that? I will check to see if there's a problem with the mic. Wait, I got to figure out how to do that. I don't think that's the right way. That's not the right. Yeah, and there's a way. Oh, this the way. I'm stupid sometimes. Okay, well, says it's using my Yeti mic. It happens sometimes. Should come back if there's a problem, but it happens. Everything seems good on my end. All right, we're almost 2.5 minutes in. Tried to hit the net, didn't really see it well. Went wide anyway. Has having their own end coming out. Hudson over our line. At the red line, he fires it down, hits somebody. Sabres have it in their own end. I don't know what happened with that. It was sent. I thought they tried to dump it. It must have hit somebody. Came back into the Buffalo zone. Oh boys, go get that puck. No, Buffalo breaks it out. They're over. They're into our zone. Broken up by who was that? Slack. Dobson fires it from the blue line. They have it now in the corner. Get it up along the boards. Over their line. Over the red line. Over the blue line. Thompson shot off somebody. Another shot came in wide. Sorry. Behind the net now against the boards. Habs come up with it. Or do they? Yes, they actually do. Matheson sends it up to Suzuki. He drops it for Matheson. He spins at the circle, comes back a little bit, sends it cross ice, but it hits Gallagher. Gallagher wide, takes a shot wide. Back at the point. I don't know, sent up to the corner. Andy with it. Comes up a little bit, turns around, dumps it back in. Evans sends it up to Carrier. Carrier walks the line a little bit, sends it back to Evans. Cross ice down to the half wall through somebody. Back to Evans. A shot hits somebody's ass. I still have it. With Struble. Struble sends it down to Galley in the corner. Up to the point. Back down to Galley. Knocked away from him. And they flip it out to the neutral zone. Have to bring it back in. Evans with it right now. Shot from the left circle. Was a save and bounced to the corner. They sent it around to the other side. Little steal there, sort of by Demidov. Demidov shot wide. I don't know if the goalie made a save on that. And now the Sabres get it out. What are they screaming at this time? Crowd's excited. I guess because Demidov's on the ice. I didn't see the second time what they were excited about. Did Eichel? I'm just checking everything to make sure. Hang on. Turn it back on. Is that any better? Did Eichel get some kind of upgrade? He's scary good. Yes, he got implants. Okay, this is what I understand. Implants in his thighs and in his arms. So now, if he grabs somebody, he can throw him right outside the arena. I don't know. What kind of improvement, upgrades talk about? How can he get upgrades there, Phil? This is not the future. Elon Musk gave him some kind of implant. And why are you talking about Eichel? Because Eichel's not in this game. So I'm curious right there. I should have said that off the top there. Eichel? Right now we're almost 6 minutes in. Shots are 4-1 for Montreal, no score. And puck went over the boards, out of the glass, over the glass, something. So we'll have a face off, and they're gonna. Nope, they didn't go to commercial. I thought they were going. How's my mic now? Any better? JFed, I like that. That actually. That's a good response. Eichel got an upgrade. Marner. And the Leafs got a downgrade. All right, it's that time, boys. It's that time. It's that time, boys. Look at that ugly face. I'm going to change that because that's just too ugly. Going to change that face. Oh, there they are. There. That's that. This one, everybody. Everyone's going to like that. I have resurfaced from the depth of the ocean. I didn't want to admit it. I was underwater. That's really what happened. I'm a water mammal. I require water, lots of it. Water and weed. Okay, where are we? Comes Thompson over our line, and somebody sent it around the boards and it went out. Tonight, I want 30 plus shots from our young, hungry squad. I'll take 30 shots. What's S97? What does that mean? Where is the game? Not on TSN or Sportsnet. No, it's on Prime. If you have RDS, it's also on RDS, but it's on Prime. It's Monday. It's a Monday game in Canada. Prime gets it. Okay, 3.97 thousand is right around. You're talking about me. Oh, thank you. All right, listen, you know what? I've been stuck here for so long. It's home to me. Awesome, bye. Prime with their really nice, they got really good quality. The video quality is really good. I believe I'm only like 10 or 11 seconds behind tonight. Why do I say that? Going in, they show like how long before the start of the game, like it's going to start. Yeah, and it was only like 11 seconds off the actual time, so it's not a bad delay. Better than almost anywhere else. It's all about me. It's rarely about me, and my name's not Donald Trump. So 30 plus seconds behind radio. Good for you. The Three Stooges that run the Buffalo Sabres, they just showed. However, by however you want to say it, I don't care. You could say that. You could say asshole, moron, imbecile. A lot of words you can use for that guy. Did they hit the post? They hit the post. That's like 3 shots in a row by Buffalo. Bobby comes out. Habs go the other way. Andy. No, that's not Andy. It was Evans to Gallagher. Gallagher tries a backhand that did nothing, unfortunately. That was like a weak backhand. Hey, Elio, how's it going, man? Good to see you. It's been a while. Huey, Dewey, and Louie. That's who runs the Sabres. Yes. Like if that happens, yeah, you might as well just, you know, I'm not gonna say it here because people can't handle words anymore. They can't say certain words. But yeah, baby, I know, but that's like so 8 years ago, 10 years ago. And a backhand by Kapanen for his 4th goal of the season. Didn't see that one coming. Montreal up 1-0. Kapanen. Nobody had Kapanen. Man, I made it easier with the two, and it's still hard to win the guess and score contest. It's crazy. Phil, did you have to put that up there? Now I'm gonna have that damn song in my head. Jesus. The bird is the word. Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. And I got to think of Family Guy. Phil says Cap is the center we sacrificed Crosby for. You'd be happy to see Renaud Lavoie. he put in. It's not a question of like Crosby's definitely coming here. It's just a matter of when he wants to. That's what Renaud Lavoie said. I say that's a bit of clickbait. You read it? Yeah, you didn't have to. I see everything. Come on, don't give it up here. Good. I try to get as much as I can find. Joe, you call that song Surfer Bird, or is that the actual name of the song? Come on, boys. Laugh. Backhand. A lot of backhands tonight. I think they've been having trouble hitting the net with forward shots, so they're trying backhands. Rather send me words of encouragement, words of the birds of encouragement. That no, that's pretty. That's bad. I'm sorry. The Trash Men, 1963. She is correct. Really? Okay, I didn't know. Listen, I didn't know the name of the song. The bird is the word. That's all I know. How's the prose coming along? Not. I'm struggling to start writing again. It'll happen. I actually got to say, I had a little bit of like I could feel it in my gut, like a little bit. Oh, I want to write about something. So I hope that's a good sign, just to say. And that's for first things I'm going to write is I owe poems to a couple of people that are in the room here. I owe them. That's the first things I'm going to write. But it's starting to feel in my stomach there a little bit like, oh, I want to write. So hopefully that means something. Galley over the line. Ooh, bad pass, backward pass. So kind of gave it up. Sent all the way back to Jackeye over to Carrier. Carry up along the boards, missed his target. So Buffalo's got it behind their net, coming out over all the lines into our zone in the corner around rimmed around the boards, ringed around the board. Habs Evans brings it out, gets it into the other zone. Newhook with it, goes around the net, comes out up to the point, pass over to Struble. Struble pitches in there. He tries a really bad angle shot. And right now, Sabres break it out. Not cleanly. Struble picks it up. He's in his own net. A big stretch pass up the middle to Newhook. He backhands it in. We are almost 12 minutes into this first period. Shots are 6-3 for Montreal, 1-0 Montreal. Dobson. Whoop, he had it. Gave it. Whoa. What happened there? It's happening too fast for me right now. I'll stop for a minute. I'm only 1 second in front of you. Yeah, because I mean, Prime's really good. The delay is not much. As much as I don't want to like it on Prime, Prime does a good job of putting on the games. I have to say. Leno unsteady on his skates. It seems like, jeez, go get him sharpened, dude, or tighten the blades or something. The pace of this game is pretty good. Good steal by Carrier, or intercept the pass. It's back. Oh, where is it? Scramble in front. Puck doesn't find its way in. Habs still have it though, and now they don't. Some good attempts there. Who Killed the Montreal Expos starts tomorrow. Yeah, that I'm gonna watch. Who Killed the Montreal Expos? Claude. What was his name? No, it was the Jeffrey. Uh, what was their name? Samson and his son David. They killed the Expos and Major League Baseball. Claude Brochu started it, but in the end, it was Jeffrey. I want to say Epstein. I don't know why. What was their names? Jeffrey something and David Sampson, his son-in-law. Who is Seligman? Me. That's my last name. That's when I used to play for the Habs. And then I'd pinch myself and wake up, unfortunately. Jeffrey Laurie. Jeffrey Loria. Jeffrey Loria. He killed the Expos, but Claude Brochu started it. Claude Brochu started the death, and Jeffrey Loria put the final nail in the coffin with what's his name, the commissioner at the time. You thought it was a Canadiens player? I just said I played for the Habs for a very short period of time. I had a cup of coffee, in my dreams. No, I made that. I don't know how many years ago. There, like you can make that for yourself. So I did. No wonder you were confused. Yeah, I'm sorry. Having fun with you. Would I have liked to have a cup of coffee with the Habs? Would have loved it. Would I have ever been good enough to do that? Not even by a long shot. Not even close. But yeah, it was my fantasy. I'll be back on camera very shortly, guys. For BL, if you're waiting for me, I'll be back. So you'll be happy. Just having fun with you, BL. Yeah, that was the thing. I don't know. I made that. I don't know how many years ago. Before I started the channel, so that's 7 years. Probably 10 years ago, I made that. More even. And I don't know. It's like I use it every now and then. Oh, Phil asked me, out of all the current Habs, management, front office, etc., who would you rather have lunch with? That's a really good, solid question. I gotta say, you gotta let me think on that one for a sec, because I'm leaning towards Marty St. Louis off the top of my head. As much as you might think, why? Because the players are rather young, so there's not a lot for me to talk about to have lunch with. As far as for an interview, that would be different. But just to have lunch with and talk to, I kind of leaning towards Marty St. Louis. Yeah, and for players, I want to have a think on that one. One of the older guys, so probably Galley or probably the Montreal kid, who I would have probably a lot to talk about with Mike Matheson. Would be something, because he's a local kid, all that. So yeah, it'd probably go that way. I'd choose between Marty, Galley, and Matheson. Phil says, wait a second. Which sport? Wait, what? Oh, wait, I missed a lot of comments. I gotta go back. Billy says, "Did you ever try Montreal bagels? Did I ever try Montreal bagels? If you ever heard of Saviator Bagel, if you want to go look in the book called Saturday Night at the Bagel Factory, you'll see my great grandfather's name there because my great grandfather was the first person to ever make and sell bagels commercially in Canada. And Saviator Bagel used to be that was my great grandfather's place before he sold it when he thought he was dying of I don't remember what in I think the 50s or 60s. So yeah, I've tried bagels many times, dude. Many times. I missed the past because I'm talking to you guys. Which sport were you best at during your school years? Hockey. Without a doubt, hockey. Um, you got a bite. You got I answered your question. You got a bite. What do you mean? You think you got a bite? No, I mean that's an easy one. Hockey. I wasn't listen, I'm Jewish. I wasn't the most athletic. That's a poor thing, excuse, but I wasn't the most athletic kid in that I was big. I was always a fat kid. So, but did I do everything? I played every sport I could. But was I good at them? Not really. Hockey, I could play pretty decently. Not bad. So it was hockey. Good save there by Dobish, even though it was a one-handed attempt, but good save. And now everybody's gonna fight. Slav and I don't know who that guy is. Slav knocked him down, and now they're in the missionary position. So that's something. And there's nothing serious there. Uh, Phil would choose Chantal McAbee to have dinner with or Jeff Molson. Chantal is phenomenal, and Jeff has the beer. And I would say this to you, and I know neither of those two. It would not be good. You wouldn't enjoy it. Why? What do you think? Jeff Molson wants to have lunch with you? And quite frankly, neither does Chantal McAbee. Now, neither do the other guys, but they're hockey players, and they're going to be down there, decent people, and they will give you their time. It's not like I have anything against Chantal McAbee. I don't, but she looks like someone that wouldn't have time for you unless you're part of the life. And Jeff, why would he want to do that? Why? With all his money and all that, why would he want to have lunch with anybody like that? Billy says Marty's a great choice. He's the reason I am becoming a fan. Awesome. Awesome. I think he's a great choice. Yeah, I do too. Ken Hughes might be fun because he seems like he might be open enough and down to earth enough. He might be. But him too, I'm not sure. Jeff Gordon, it's probably the same thing. They don't have time for that stuff. So I think a hockey player or the coach who also doesn't have time. But man, Marty seems like just so down to earth, and he'd have time for everybody. He just reminds me of like a John Beliveau type that way. All right, I missed a lot again. Wow, comments are coming in. Gordon looks like a good background, strong background. All right. Ken, you were in at the beginning. I said hi, but welcome back. Yeah, that's the best place. I don't ever say go to Paramount because I don't like them for a personal reason. Um, yeah, but I mean they can make good bagels too. But St. Vader is the best, even though not owned by my family anymore, and they don't make them exactly the same way anymore. Slight difference, but still the best bagel. Slap bowl. Where's the slap bowl? I didn't see slap bowl. Yeah, there's a lot of places in Montreal now that make good bagels, to be honest. So you can get some good bagels in a lot of different places. Joe says softball. What's her best sport at school? Nice. Yeah, I mean, at school, I didn't play any, uh, I didn't do much sports at school. But in my school years, that would have been it. Billy, I thank you, but not necessary since I am not. I mean, I'm Jewish. I was born and raised, but I'm an atheist, so not necessary. But I appreciate the sentiment. I did not celebrate it like at all this year. It came and went without me really noticing. I mean, I sort of noticed it, but as an atheist, I can celebrate the holidays that I enjoy and I like. And there's only one or two Jewish ones. But that's me. I mean, I speak for myself. Chantal would have all the goodies on everyone. Plus, I bet she goes further in Habs management. She has all the goodies on everyone, and she ain't telling you shit. She ain't telling you shit. Believe me. She looks like a good soldier in that respect, for sure. And I'm not trying to knock her in any way. I'm not. I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying they don't have time to want to do that with just us fans. It looks like I'm missing a really good game here. 2:20 left for me. Yeah, I was one of the last picks for anything whenever we did anything in school. So like I was, yeah. And like I said, I didn't play hockey for the school. They didn't do that in gym class at all when I was in high school. My microphone might require cleaning. I'll try this. Does it sound better? If it sounds better now, then you might be right that the stock needs to be cleaned. And I don't really need this because I'm not talking directly into it. But so is it better? I won't know until I scroll down because I scrolled up. Billy, absolutely no reason to apologize for that. Don't worry about that. No reason. You know. Phil Rose writes, "Cocking Chantal. Maybe you should ask your wife first, though." And I think Chantal has to have a say in that too. And is picking her brain like a what's the word I'm looking for? God damn it! Is it a double entendre? I'll say I don't have the right word. All right, well, we got a minute 14 left in this period. So this period's almost over. It's 1-0 Montreal. Shots are 13-4. Montreal dominating on shots. Alex Lyon must be playing really good. I don't know what age he's at. Maybe he's in his prime now, and a guy like that's been around for a while could, all of a sudden be a much better goalie than you think of. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Phil, I'm not saying anything bad about her. What I'm saying is, well, you're asking to have lunch, right? Sure, she cares about the players. She cares about her job, and she does well at it. And I'm sure she's a really nice person because I've not heard that she's not. I'm just saying she's not telling us nothing. She's not going to give us inside information because we had lunch with her. That's what I'm saying. Chantel's not bad. I mean, she's getting up there a little bit. You can see it, but I mean, she's a nice looking girl. I think she's risen to a point in her career that to be talking about, well, she's so pretty and all. That's like a little bit sexist. You think your wife would leave you for Gallagher? Then you're free for Chantal. Right? That works. Kenny Monty is getting a lot of heat lately. Yes. Is it deserved? I mean, it's not playing very well right now, so some of it's deserved. It's just that where they're going with it. I don't think it's fair to say, well, he's no good anymore. Fuck Monty. I saw somebody say to me that trade Monty now and have Dobish and Fowler. And that's how you're going to make the playoffs with those two guys, two rookies. I don't think so. As much as I like them, I don't. I still think that's a horrible idea. So he's getting a lot of heat lately. It's up to him now to bounce back. He's got to bounce back. He's got to play better. Just the way it is. I think Dobish is good enough to be the Habs' number one goalie. I don't think that question is is has been answered yet. But listen, Monty is the number one goalie. When Monty started here, he sucked, and he got better and better. So Dobish is already good. There's no doubt. But I don't know. It's about character, personality. Well, I shouldn't say character, but some guys are built for it, and some guys aren't. I don't know. What kind of workload Dobish can carry in a season and still be really effective. Where Monty's proven that he can do that. Fowler had not proven that yet either. So I just think you got to be a little patient with Monty. We're only 6 games into the season. He's played 3 games. Got time to turn it around. Yeah, she's not going to tell us fans any secrets. Believe me, she does not look the type. She does not look the type to have loose lips, to spill the beans. That no, that she does not look the type. Like I said, she looks like a good soldier, right? She's looking out for the team and everybody that's associated with the team and doing her job. Kenny thinks that Dobis should be the starting goalie. No, Jacob Fowler might be here next year. Yeah, probably will be, but he might. We don't know for sure. Scrolling through a lot of comments, which is great because we got a intermission just about to happen, or it is happening. Yeah, it is happening. Yeah, that's right. So we're 1-0 after one. Should have said that. Monty is more of a backup. Are you kidding me? You're kidding me now, Kenny. You're kidding me now. Monty played 62 games last year, a little more than a backup. I think if Habs win tonight, will Dobish play Wednesday? I don't know the answer to that. If I'm the coach, no. Why? Because I'm not whatever Monty's going through here to get started up. You're not making it any better. You're benching him, or you're making him the backup this early into the season. So I say no. Does that mean that I'm right? No, I'm right. I do think they'll split the Wednesday Thursday games. I don't think one goal is going to play both games. Looks like someone is hurt. I didn't see. It's really, of course, Monty can bounce back. Where's Matt at? Matt is at home. That hasn't been in too many of these at all yet this year. Monty is fine. He is a steady first goalie with a gold medal. Give him a minute and he will settle. It's exactly right. I believe. I don't understand the workload thing. Is it because the backup isn't in shape or not mentally strong enough? What backup are we talking about? The backup is playing right now. A backup is just not everybody's built for the rigors of playing 50, 60 games as a goalie. Not everybody's built properly for that, and not everybody plays at their best can do that for 50, 60 games. That's one thing. It's a mentality. It's not every goalie has the starter mentality. Not every goalie is a starter. Monty has had highs and lows in the past. I don't think this minor slump will last long. In his case, I don't either. Look at Allen. He wanted to buy him out. We wanted to buy him out. What about look at Allen? I mean, there's an example of a guy who's not a starter. Jake Allen was better as a backup. Maple Leafs off the hot start. Maple Leafs off the hot start. Not really. I mean, we're a point ahead of him going into tonight. Does that mean we're off the hot start? We are. Give Dobish 60 games and he doesn't finish the year. Goalie 60 plus minutes a night isn't for idiots. It's a big, serious job. It's the most important position. Not missionary. There you go. There's a couple others like that. No, listen. You got a guy like Dustin Wolf last year, right? Came in and he can do that job. It's not everybody's meant for that, and some guys have to build up to that. The point is, Montreal is looking to make the playoffs this year. This, for me, isn't the year. Well, we might make the playoffs, we might not. This is the year we're making the playoffs. That's what I'm expecting. That's what I'm expecting. They are kind of too. So, are you going to start a guy don't know? Well, you have a guy that last year played 62 games. You know, if this was 30 games into the season and Monty's still playing like this, sure, different story. But we're 6 games in. I I, I think it's just panicking to say, got to make Dovish the starter. Dovish. That's a panic move. And they're not going to panic, and they're not going to rush anybody either. Rare are the tendies that can play starter at under 25. Let's just be super duper patient. That's kind of true. It's not true for everybody, but I mean that is kind of true. You know, a lot of goalies need the time to, and then some goalies are starter material right away. Like Jacob Fowler, he may back up for a season, his first year, but he's a starter. There's no doubt about Fowler. Anyways, team is 4-2-0. No need to panic and search for solutions. Not yet. Not yet. What's Blaze now? You're loading Blaze. He says Blaze it. Is that like what I was doing before? I'll wait a little bit. Habs win tonight and go with Monty Wednesday, and he loses. I'd say with hot hand. I don't like how they use goalies now. Back in '90s, like Rob played whole season unless he got hurt. Juan never played the whole season. No goalie. In the modern era, I'm going to say, because I'm sure there were goalies that played whole seasons back in the day, but in the modern era, no goalie played all games in the season. Some goalies might have come somewhat close, but Roy never played an 80-game season. I don't know where you got it from, but that's a mistake. Happened early, called her dark horse early. Yeah, I mean maybe. But it's still really early. I mean, I wouldn't put any stock in it just yet. When we get to the 30, 40 game mark, 30, you can start seeing who's going to be there. It's still early, though. A good night from any one of those players, and he shoots you into the league or onto the list. Remember Primo? Really, though, how about Lindgren? Exactly. They look great at some points, right? And then, how quickly that fall off. Zach Fucali. Yep. Kirby and Line, I think it's tied to trace them. What do you mean by that? Trade them. What do you mean a tie? Oh, no. Yeah, I don't know. Again, they haven't played a lot of games. Doc was looking good, so don't like I have no problem with how Doc was playing. Line is, we'll see. Line has his purpose, power play time until we add him and Crosby trade in a Crosby trade for his exact cap. Okay, listen, I was on that Crosby for a while, but I mean now it's time to. We'll see if it happens, but you're going to talk it to death. Kirby is fragile. Kirby is definitely injury prone. There's no doubt. You look at his history through junior and all that. He's never had a full season. So yeah, Kirby you could say is definitely injured. Can an injury prone person all of a sudden stop that? It's happened. It happens. Just one season. That's it. You go the rest of their career and they never get hurt. So hopefully that'll happen for Kirby. We'll see. 8.7 is the contract. Yes, doesn't mean we're going to get Crosby. Truth is, you think Mo too hot. Mo too hot to you too. You think since Monty hurt his groin has not been the same. I mean, he did that in the playoffs last year. That's a long time. You may be right. You may be right, and we don't know, but it's a long time ago, and I think maybe not. I'm just gonna have something to eat. I'm hungry. I didn't. I haven't. I ate lunch, but early today, and I'm hungry now. I'll eat supper after the game. First time I made these muffins with dark chocolate this time. It's the first time. So very little sugar. There's some in the dark chocolate, and I don't add sugar. So I add Splenda. So these are the healthiest muffins I've ever made. Not bad. Not bad with excuse me. Not bad with the dark chocolate. Roy played the players, not the game. What? Is it dementia on my part, or I'm not understanding you guys today? Probably dementia. Line was like some potential eye candy for the fans during the dark years of rebuilding. Low risk, high reward investment. I'd be really surprised if he stays here. Unless he picks up his game like a bit, I'd be surprised too. My new song for text. Who's texting me? Okay, Phil, I just saw your text from before. Gordon just said Matt texted me. Gordon just said in an interview he wants the Expos back when he was asked about the Jays Mariners game. I want them back too. I'd love to have the Expos back. That would make me happy. If he does well, he's adding to his curriculum. We're talking about Line here. If not, no harm done to a Canadian. Matt, like you don't know that I'm. He's like Matt doesn't know me. Yeah. He doesn't. It's like he doesn't know me. I don't like doing this while I'm on a live stream, but he still likes to text me, Matt. If you're listening, listen. If Lonnie doesn't work out, the cost was not high, and you try to move him, and if not, he walks, and it's not that bad. This is true. Galchenyuk was called Galchenyuk. I thought you said Galley. Our Galley that's here now. Galchenyuk was called. When was Galchenyuk called injury from? Gallagher was called injury. Patrick Roy played 65 games his rookie season. Goalies don't play as much as they used to. How many games though were there in the season? Not 65. It was an 80 game season. You didn't you say that you played all the games? That's all I said. And I mean, this is not true in general. It's true in general, but some goalies do play like that. Hellebuck, probably Bob Bobrovsky. There's goalies that play like that many games. Vasilevsky, just not as many as used to be, maybe, but I think it's about the same. Crosby wanting to come to Montreal doesn't mean he will come to Montreal. Why do I say it like that? Like he may want to, but I think he's going to be loyal to the team and to the fans that supported him his whole career and stay in Pittsburgh. I think that's what's going to happen. Do I hope he's wrong? Depending on the price to acquire him, do I hope I'm wrong? Then yeah, if it's a good price, then yeah, I hope I'm wrong and we get him because I'd love to have him. But I don't think it's just about whether he does want to play here at all, but will he ask for a trade? Will he disappoint the Pittsburgh fans? I don't know. I don't know. The Rangers and Detroit Red Wings have more veteran lineups. They are turning their slow starts around. The Habs are the youngest NHL team, and this might hurt them a little. I mean, maybe. When you say turning their seasons around, again, it is. We're 6 games or whatever games they played into the season. You don't know if they turn their season around, even if they play well for a little while. It's too much, too many games to play for that, in my opinion, to even be able to say that. Uh, Phil, I don't know the answer to that. Billy, the Rangers were eventually going to start scoring like normal at home. So yeah, it was going to happen at some point. Yeah, Billy. Again, it's not about would Pittsburgh like to move him. They probably would, as far as get the rebuild started. But he's got a no movement clause. He can. He doesn't have to say yes. It's really totally up to Sid if he wants to move or not. So will he say yes? Will he ask for one? I don't know. I personally, I kind of don't think so at this point. No, that's not fair. I'm eating. You put the cabinet might be worth Crosby on his own. I almost choked. And no knock on Kapanen, but for Crosby on his own, I don't care how old Crosby is. Still worth more than Kapanen, my opinion. Seriously, you almost made me choke, dude. We're underway for a second. Wow, these might be the best muffins I've made, and I make a lot of. I kind of make a lot of muffins. I think these healthier ones are the best I've made. Nice. I'm sorry, I'm hungry, and I won't be able to eat till late. So. You think they should retain? Um, they probably will if they move Crosby. If that's, they probably will retain. I don't think a ton, but they'll retain a little bit. But I still don't think he's going to get traded. Crosby might have 3 or 4 more years in him, but he's only signed for another year after this year. So you're not guaranteed, even if you trade for him, that you're going to get all those years out of him. He may want to go somewhere else when his contract is over. They want to spend a couple of seasons here, a couple of seasons in Colorado. Um, my muffins don't have sugar in them. So a little bit from the chocolate, but I don't add sugar. I use Splenda. It's not sugar, and I'm allowed to. I'm okay. I'm allowed to eat that. If Crosby can sell all that, maybe McDonald's is going to want Jeff Molson to trade for him. McDonald's Quebec. Crosby, Big Mac night. If Crosby scores a goal, you get a Big Mac at half price. Seems exciting. We're 2.5 minutes into this second period now. Shots are 15-7. Montreal won that in Montreal. Yeah, I'm just starting to give up as much refined sugar as I can. Very recent, and yeah, I don't think there's any problem with it. The stuff that I'm using, it's not Splenda, but it's the no-name version. Works fine for me. I really only use sugar if I'm baking, which I like to do, to be honest. And this way, I can actually eat these things and feel guilt-free to do it, and it's not killing me. Dark chocolate is recommended for if you're going to eat chocolate, you're diabetic, eat dark chocolate. Not every single day, they say, but still, you can eat some. So I can do this. Billy, sugar's poison literally for everybody. Sugar's not good. Some people tolerate it better than others, but sugar's not good for us, for anybody. So yeah, it is poison. Anyway, let's get into this game. We're 4 minutes into this second period. The pace has been pretty good through this game so far. Just not a lot of offense. Hopefully, it happens here, and then Caulfield's shot went off. And the Habs cannot keep the zone. 2-on-1 here, the other way. And that was Benson with I don't know, what did he do? Reach the stick out and got the shot on Dobish. Dobish made the save, though. So we're all good. Slap to Suzuki. Suzuki up to the point. Dribble with it. He flips it in, but it hits an escape. And I don't know who that was at the net to have. He couldn't control the puck completely. And then the Sabres send it all the way back. Dribble. Loses it behind the net. Oh, that's dangerous. Wow. Excuse me, that was really dangerous, and Sabres got nothing out of that. I can't even really describe what happened there. Okay, that time for me. I gotta blow my nose first, and then I'm gonna stay off camera. But be right back. All right, that feels a lot better. Then my voice went. I'm getting some chances in front. Good chances, not connecting or not picking up the puck, but still good chance. Oh, good one there by Hudson to keep that puck in. Damn it, I went over his stick or bounced off. Too bad Hudson Demingov almost connected there. That guy with a hard shot off his stick though. Good pressure here by Montreal. Canadiens are relentless. Damn it. Kulich with the goal. Backhander after some really good play there by Hudson, and then he gets I guess away from him. I'm not saying I'm blaming Hudson, but he couldn't do anything to stop it. Yeah, Hudson was out there a little too long, though. He's on a really long shift. So it's a tie game. Backhand rule tonight. My God. Now, if that was Monty in net, you'd all be all over him. Monty sucks. Monty this, Monty that. And nobody said anything about Dobich. Dobich could have had that. Probably should have had that. It's a case of grass greener on the other side of the fence, isn't it, guys? But it ain't greener. But I'm not joking, right? If that was Monty and that, everyone would have been on here. Man, Monty sucks. You should have stopped that. Blah blah blah. Nobody said anything so far about Dobish, and it's not to knock Dobish. Just comparison. That's all. Because I really like Dobish. If anyone thinks I'm knocking Dobish and I don't like him, you're wrong. I really like Dobish. I think he's going to be an awesome goalie here. Come on, boys. Let's get it over there. No, dumped in, and the boys change up. Yeah, I don't like him in that way. Just as a friend, so he's too young for me. I don't even want to know what that comment means. I don't know what kind of friends you hang out with, Phil. I don't hang out with friends like that. Just saying. Must be a Spanish thing, right? Oh, which makes the same. Look at his mask. No, it's okay, Phil. You can find someone else to poop with you. Listen, whatever you do, your business. As long as it doesn't hurt anybody, I don't care. Just don't push it on me. So where are we? We're approaching halfway through this game. Shot 16-9 for Montreal. It's a tie game, all knotted up at one. But there's a lot of hockey left, so I'm not worried about something like that. Habs just need to keep playing their game, keep playing. They're never out of a game, and they can tie it up or win it at any particular time. They have that kind of an offense. What's up, Ray Ray? Hi, what you doing? To go for a commercial break. 9:29 left in the second. Joe, way too much info, right? A little more than I really wanted to know. They say you think you know someone, and then they ask you to poop with them. Like, really? You want to go fast, go alone. You want to go far, go together. Now, when I want to go, just go alone. Much prefer that. The family that hang on, I'm gonna think of a good one. No, not can't think of anything. The family that poops together sticks together. I don't know. So listen, when you poop with somebody like that, do you wipe each other's butts or you just wipe your own? And you can, it starts with you wipe each other's butts, and then from there, you never know where it goes. Isn't that too much information? Yes, but inquiring minds want to know, Phil. Inquiring minds want to know. Oh, Galley's going to get thrown around. Here we go. Here we go. Should be a. So he's not allowed to put the glove over and cover it up in the trapezoid. Is that what it's called? A trapezoid? Oh, Benson might have hurt himself going hard into the boards like that. So what's going to happen here? So I guess he's allowed to do that. Yeah, they're underway again. So I guess so. Slash and then Galley gets a slashing call. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, that's typical. That makes sense. Yeah, I mean that makes 100% sense. Who am I to think the refs might have got that wrong? Like, who am I to think that? What a stupid call that is. The ref might have forgot to put his contact lenses in or something. What? What? Like, he can't cover the puck up in the trapezoid. If I'm correct, he can't. So why is that not a call? I don't get that. I imagine there's refs that wear contact lenses. Good save there, Dobish. And they got lucky. I don't know who that was, the saver that missed the wide open net there. Oh, Dobish made the save. So the guy swiping at the puck, it never got to him. Okay. So even better. Dobish made the save. I don't know why that's the ring for my. I gotta check on that. That's a stupid ring. A new phone for me. So, let's see. You hope trash rains. Yeah, that'd be nice. And then take half hour to clean the ice, so that wouldn't be so nice. Good save there by Dobish. That was the puck came off the backboards. There was a saber right there. He got his pad there. That was a good save. Good heads up save. Come on, boys. Getting down to the 6 minute mark. Left in the second. Shots are now 17-13, and it's a 1-1 tie. Pace has kind of sort of dropped off a little bit. I passed by Thompson, picked up by Caulfield. Who's offside? I'm sorry. I'd want to see that again. I don't think that was offside personally, but give them the benefit of the doubt. Why I'll do that, I don't know. That didn't seem offside to me. Commercial break. Anyway, getting close to the end of the second, and so far so good. I thought going in this was going to be a tight game, so not really surprised that it's just 1-1. You can tell. I mean, Buffalo's playing better. It's how long can Buffalo play better? You was paying attention because you're behind. It was not offside. I honestly, I mean, I'd have to see it again, obviously in a replay, but my initial thought was that wasn't offside. So, hey, Guru, good to see you out there. It's going okay. It's not a bad game, and it's a 1-1 tie. So, and we're near the end of the second. But a couple of what I believe definitely one bad penalty call by the refs. I don't understand it, and I question this offside that just happened. Refs say, yeah, don't worry, I got your back. I'm gonna give him as many bad calls as I can. I got your back. Don't worry, Alex. The slash call was BS. I don't know where that came from. That's the one I'm talking about. I don't get that call at all. Because it's Gallagher and they don't like Gallagher, and that's why, probably. Well, we're used to it from the refs these days. Is there a good ref at all? Like you can go, oh yeah, that guy's good. I don't know of one. Come on, Zach. Oh, nice pass. That was a nice pass by Matheson down to Dobson. The Leno shot tipped out, hit the netting, and we'll have a face-off. Hey, Andre, how you doing, man? Went to a commercial break. Anyways, listen, even with the bad calls, it's still tied up, only at one. So it's not like Montreal gave up a goal on those. So at least that. This has the feeling of a game that definitely is going to be decided in the third. Sorry, I'm just finishing up my muffins. I'm hungry. But I'm here. I haven't gone anywhere. Hey, David. Better late than never. That's what they say. Great. My dog just farted when I'm eating. Isn't that nice? Thanks for that, Ray. All right, we're underway again. Okay, keep the pressure on, boys. No, give up the puck. Good save, Dobish. Good tracking. He tracked that puck well. Suzuki, shoot. Slav had a chance on a backhand after that. Has to keep it in. Hudson to Suzuki. He can't really pick it up. And Sabres break it out. Oh, am I off camera? Oh, yeah, no, I'm ready. Excuse me, I'm back. That was too much info, Joe. Sorry about that. I didn't mean it, but I wanted just to share my misery with you guys. That was a good. They're just showing a replay. That was a good save by Dobish. He really read that well. Shots are tied now at 17 as the game is tied at 1, and there's 2:24 to go in the second. Puck stayed out. That was good. Okay, guys, let's get it out of there. Okay, face off. New Hook and somebody. Krebs, I think. Won by Sabres. Okay, here come the Habs. Here come the Habs. Nope. I think it was Demidov lost the puck there. Oh, good work by Kapanen. Then he just gives it away to nobody. All right, Hudson behind his own net, waiting for guys to change up. Up to, I don't know who that was. Stretch pass up to Andy, I think that is. Ah, he had the puck one handed on his stick and he couldn't make that work. Going in at the net. Yeah, he didn't even get anything like a shot off. Oh, he didn't even get anything on it. He bounced off his stick and then he didn't get his stick on it again. Damn it. Face off to the right, I think, of Lion. To the right of Lion. Come on, boys. Let's go get it. Come on. Oof. That's some good pressure there by Montreal. Buffalo breaks it out there over our blue line. Shot from Byram, I guess. I don't know what happened there, but then he got one off the post or the goalie. Anyways, Habs get it out, but don't control it through the neutral zone. Here come the Bruins, the Sabres again. One guy just surrounded by four Habs. They get it out behind the Sabres net. And, period ended. So we're tied up at 1 after 2 periods of play. And shots are 18-17. Montreal leading that. And that's it. We got an intermission, guys. You got the floor. What do you think so far? Montreal got a chance here. What do you think the third's going to be like? Do you think Montreal going to all of a sudden take control of this game, or will the Sabres? I like the way Dobish is playing. I've got a lot of confidence in his game tonight. Even if the Sabres get opportunities, he's been there to shut the door. I like that, but the same can be said for Lyon on the other side. So, who's going to break through the goalies? That's the question. He's a very by the way, he's a very dishonest person, the Buffalo goalie, because he's always lying. Always. His whole life, always lying. Shut up, Rick. It's a stupid dad joke. All right, everybody's gone to go get some refreshments or to go pee out the last period's refreshments. So, or to go get snacks. But, it's an intermission. So, you guys got the floor. If there is anything you want to talk about, now's a good time. It's a busy week for the Habs. They got 4 games this week. So, it's a busy week. We got Wednesday, Thursday, back-to-back games. I hate back-to-back games. They're also a little later, so remember that. Next 2 games are later than usual, 8:30 and 9 o'clock, respectively. Remember that. And then next Tuesday, so a little over a week, it's a 10:30 start in, I think it's San Jose. I'm not looking forward to that one. I hate those. We're getting goalie tonight. I mean, but can't you say so are they? We're just getting goalied on either side because, shots are 18-17, so no one's got a big advantage there. Dobish is really good tonight. So I'm going to say it's good performances on both ends of the ice by the goalies. We'll see what the third period brings. The late one is Seattle away. The late game tonight, you're saying? Anyway, I don't think we're getting goalied. And any more than or any less than they are getting goalied. So it's a goalie duel right now. I mean, kind of hence why I said I think this game's going to get settled in the third period. We're not going to see any goals here. In the rest of the second, we had 5 minutes left, I think, at that point. So I was right there, and we're either going to see it solved in the third period, or we're going to get an overtime. Next goal could very likely, in this very tight game, win the game. Yeah, you're in the future, so yeah, I'm not talking about your time. And I didn't say anything about the date, to be honest with you. And what I don't get what you mean, 20, 29, 5. I'm losing it. I don't know what you're talking about. Next week's game. I get it. Okay. Yeah, I mean that is it is over a week away, isn't it? Yeah, 8 days away. 8 days away. So let me ask you, Joe. If it's a 10:30 start, what time is that? You know, I'm bad with making that figuring out the time. What time is that for you? On this is going to be on a Tuesday, so on Wednesday. Renegade Man, I don't know if this game's going to make them miss the playoffs, but we've got in January, we play the next 3 games against them are all in January. It's so weird. You want Buffalo to succeed but not win tonight? That's fine. There's going to be a year where they will, you'd think, at some point. If Buffalo succeeds or not, I don't really care, to be honest. For their fans, though. Although from what I understand, they're not getting a lot of fans in. Somebody posted something about their tickets. People reselling tickets, they were $8 and change a ticket. So I guess they're not getting big crowds there, right? After 14 years, and they didn't have the most spectacular off season. And then that trade last year for Norris and Cousins, stupid move. The fans are probably pretty pissed. They're going to start staying away if they haven't started already, right? Not making the playoffs for 14 years and then just being below par, going to make fans stay away. " 3-1, baby, says, how about that? Somebody that looked a little bit drunk wearing a Habs jersey. All right, so what do you guys want to talk about? You guys got the floor. We'll wait till everybody gets back from their everyone got to pee and then get some food for the third period or just for the intermission. That's where everybody went. Anyway, I don't have anything to talk about. I honestly don't. I'll just say what the next games are. How's that? I'm just looking to see if I've got anything written down for anything worth talking about. No. So they are the back-to-back games are in Alberta. They're going to play in Calgary on Wednesday and then in Edmonton the next day. So I kind of think they're going to split those games. And I also think we'll see both goalies in those games because it's back-to-back situation. I think it's rare you see a goalie play both games in the back-to-back situation, and I don't think we're going to see that in this one either. And then Saturday, they are in Vancouver. A nice early start to a Saturday or to any game in Vancouver at the 7 p.m. start. So don't forget that. And we got I think they're going to be able to beat. I think they're going to be able to beat the Canucks. They usually do good in Vancouver. That's it. So I've been babbling away, and now it's your turn, you guys, out in the chat. Babble away in the chat. Looking at Hudson in the interview, he sure needs some meat on his bones. Listen, he is the size he is. He's always been a small player, wherever he was playing throughout his whole life. And he's gotten to where he is because he's so goddamn good. And he knows how to not get hit a lot. That's it. And he defends well, and he defends against guys that are way bigger than him. And Lane Hudson is just a pure talent. Yeah. He sure needs some meat on his bones. I like that comment, though. I do. But I mean, I don't see him getting any much bigger anyway. he can still put on muscle, right? He's it he doesn't have the time in the gym that he would like in college, right? So it could take a while, and then in the off season, that's what he'll be doing, I would imagine. But for a guy his size, he does just fine. Yeah, I kind of read something from too far away. Yeah, Michael Hage, I think he's having a fantastic year. Michael Hage looks like the second line center of the future. When that'll be exactly, like I think even if he signs out of college at the end of his season this season, and then signs with Montreal, um, it's gonna take probably a couple of seasons. Like he might go to Val for one and or two even. You never know, and Um, he'll get here and we'll see if he's ready to be a second line center in the NHL. But my feeling is Michael Hayes is that guy that for the future. To me, he's that guy that yeah, he's going to be our second line center. Yeah. Now I'm not going to say 100%, but I feel that he is. So I give it like a 85 to 15. 85, yes, he's going to be the center of the future on the second line. 15 says no. My opinion. Can't they cancel what? The call? Um, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't think so. They can like, well, maybe. I think when they review a call, I'm not sure if that's a new rule or whatever, but I do think that this year, at least anyway, um, they can review a call they just made and reverse it. Yeah, but I mean, hasn't that been the case? Anytime they reviewed, like if a coach challenge, right? Right? They can cancel the call, right? The goal. I'm not sure how it all works. I'm confused right now. Oh, David says he read clickbait tonight saying Line A back to Columbus for a two-way Russian. So is that like a cocktail, a Russian or a drink with two straws? Is that a two-way Russian? 7% beer in celebration of getting all winterizing and other chores done. You got them all done? Awesome. Congrats, David. Good stuff. Not a fun thing to do. Winterizing and then in the spring bringing it all back out, right? And de-winterizing. Yeah. I live in an apartment building, so I don't have that problem anymore. But I mean, I used to live in a house. We used to rent a house when I was married. Um, and yeah, we had to do all that stuff. I hated doing it. And then I started like a lawn service and I started doing lawns. And you know what? Lawns are like one of my favorite things I've ever done in my life. So you never know. Renegade Man says Makar and Quinn Hughes should watch out. Hudson is going to be a threat for the Norris. Yeah, I mean I don't think it's a surprise thing. Like you kind of figure for maybe not every single year, but there's gonna be a few years where those are the three finalists for the Norris. Will Hudson win one in his career? It's not guaranteed, but I feel he will. I've lost track of where we are. We're about midway through the intermission, I think. I'm gonna say we're about midway through the intermission. So I haven't lost where we are. I think I'm actually. I'm a little bit on the tired side. Just I mean, not really working. So hopefully I don't nod off on you guys. I'm trying not to. I can fall asleep anywhere. Some of my meds that I have to take. Side effect is narcolepsy. So yeah, I can fall asleep literally almost while I'm talking. I'll just stop talking and I'll be asleep. It's not a fun thing. It's not a fun side effect, but it is what it is. And what are you gonna do? I try not to do that during games. That's all. Whenever I'm on camera, I try to stay awake. But it's true. I could. It could happen. They are on a commercial break here, but we are in the intermission, so it doesn't really matter. Renegade Man is hoping Reinbacher will be back very soon. What has it been? He was in camp, right? Then he broke that. Blah 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 blah. I imagine it's possible. They said, didn't they say a month? So another week or so for Reinbacher, 10 days, something like that for Reinbacher. That's what I'm going to go with. Showing some highlights here. I'm just trying to figure out what they're showing. Ooh, we're going to be back for the third very soon as they're out there skating around. So it won't be long. I'll have it pretty small. Game's usually just about over, but started at 7:30 today, so the game is not over yet. But usually at this point, it's just about over. Cushion. I'm on a very hard chair. My big chair broke. So you wonder why I'm shifting around. Because I'm on a very hard. Okay. So we're underway. Okay, I missed talk about. No, we're not underway. We're showing highlights. Yeah, they're just showing. What don't happen? Hasn't happened. The young defenseman for the Islanders could win the Calder. He could. He could. Yeah. The thing with Schaefer is the only thing that I question, and you know what? I guess it's the same for Demidov is the amount of games that and is he is he ready for the long tough season that is the NHL? I think that's all he has to prove. But he looks like he's going to be awesome. I mean, he's going to be awesome for. But players like that, you get halfway through the season, maybe 50 odd games in, and they can fall apart a little bit. We're just almost 40 seconds now into this third period. Score is tied up at one, and their shots are 18-17 in favor of the Habs. Oh, I was looking up at the scoreboard. The Lion made a good save there, I think. I looked down just to see the end of it. Damn it. I didn't see. You're not showing a replay. Damn it, dog. Oh, Okay, let's recap. So we are a minute and 40 seconds into the third. Shots are 22-17, favor of Montreal, and we're knotted up at 1. Is the next goal, even though it's this far and there's a lot of hockey, like the end of the game is far away still, uh, is the next goal going to win this game? I said it the other day about this time, and it ended up being that way. So you never know. So we'll see. Oh, yeah. Also, members, don't forget post game review, members only. Don't forget that. If you're not a member and you want to become one to get those reviews, um, there is a join button on the bottom of the screen somewhere. You hit that, easy to go from there. Just $1.99. That's all it costs you to get all those members only reviews. Check that out and become a member of the channel. Come on, boys. Let's go up and win it right now. Caulfield. No, that's Suzuki. To Caulfield. Not to Caulfield. To Dobson. He fed slap down by the crease, and they couldn't get anything on that. And they score! Dobson? Dobson! Boom! That was weird. Okay. Couldn't tell. Dobson with the go-ahead goal. Okay, they're showing slap. Now I don't know. But not Dobson. Slap? Okay, not there. Where'd it come from? Oh, yeah, with slap. Dobson goes around the goal, and as he does through the crease, he finds Slav right in front, and Slav makes no mistake about it. Slav from Dobson. 2-1 Montreal. Is that goal going to hold up and be the winner? Now, what, 3.5 minutes into the third? Oh, did Dovish save that? There was a backhand. I don't know if it hit the net at all or not, and Dovish made a save, but looked like it, Bruner. If that's what happened, it was a good save. If not, never mind. Yeah, but David, why worry about something like that? I worry a little bit too. So it's not saying that I don't, but like, don't worry to the point where you get upset. I mean, he's been the smallest kid on the ice his whole life, and he hasn't gotten hurt. He knows how to evade. He knows he knows how to get away from it. But you're right. I mean, it could happen at any time. And I worry somewhat. 2-on-1 here. Good, good, good save, Dobish. Great position. He knows what he's doing. Elvish is really making it hard, um, making Monty's life harder, man. But that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Anyways, David, you did make me feel a little better in that. Um, no, it's not. It was something else. I'm sorry. My brain is wandering. I'm thinking of something else. I have a tired. What a good save by Dobish. Just holding his ground. Just a good save there. So yeah, I mean, the way I was talking earlier with the Dobish and Monty thing, Dobish is playing really well. Right now, you look at him and go, yeah, that's the guy you're going to want to start. I get it. But you need to get Monty back on track. So, and it's so much better and easier probably to do that when you got a guy like Dobish there. It's got to push him a little bit, right? He's got to get better, and he'll be pushed by Dobish to get better. Monty's a competitive guy. He wants to keep that starter job, and he's going to have to prove it. And I think next game after that, he's gonna show us he's still got what it takes. And until that either doesn't happen at all or whatever, then I'm gonna believe that because I've got to believe it. I gotta. Screwball behind his net comes out. Okay. I don't know what happened there. It went off Cap and then for some reason it went back into the zone, but now Cappy just picked it up and got it out. And as Demidov there, his pass is missed and it goes cross ice and all the way down the ice. We have 13:45 left in the third. Shots are 24-19. Montreal up there, and it's 2-1 Montreal. It's still there's a lot of hockey left here. This game is still in doubt. And I definitely rather be the team with the lead, even with the game in doubt. Come on, boys. Oh, what a shitty hit. Why is that not a penalty? Hitting putting Anderson into the boards head first like that. How is that not a penalty? That's bullshit, man. And you can see by that hit on Andy, anybody can get crushed. So just because Hudson's small doesn't mean he will, and doesn't mean he won't either. But I mean, it doesn't mean he will. Anybody can, and if that's the case, not everybody gets crushed on any given day. So Hudson's going to be fine. Yeah, I don't know that Hudson's been lucky. I just read the bottom part. I hadn't read it. I don't know that he's lucky. I think it's this skill and playing his whole life as the smallest kid and learning how to not get hit, to avoid hits. And he has gotten hit he's gotten hit a few times. I've seen it and he's handled it well. But I mean, I just think it's something that he's been used to his whole life. Renegade man, there's no reason to send Struble to Laval, especially with the injury, right? To Gooley. So Struble not going anywhere. And then you want to have him around. He's played well. He's going to slot in and out of the lineup with Jackeye. And then if any right side guys go down because he can play on the right side, Struble not going anywhere. I know the rumor was they're going to trade him, but I would think you look at him and say, unless we have to acquire a player that makes us as a team better overall after trading Struble, I don't think they want to trade Struble. Because I tell you what, key to playoff success is defensive depth. Trading Struble affects your defensive depth. I don't think they want to do that. And they just signed him to a really good contract for now for a couple seasons. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not saying they would turn down like Crosby and they turn it down because they wanted Struble. Like I don't think that would be a thing, but it is what it is. Yeah, Struble also can't go back to Laval. His waiver exemption is done. And like I said, you don't want to send Struble to Laval. What's Laval going to do for Struble? Right? What's it going to do for him? Nothing. Nothing. He needs to play here. All right, what do we got here? 12:32 to go in the third. Shots are 25-26 in favor of Montreal, and it's still 2-1 Montreal. Has cleared that puck after a face-off. Won't be long. We'll be back on camera, guys. Oh, is that not a trip? Come on, that's a trip. You kidding me? Yes, they called it. Habs going on the power play. Caulfield got tripped. Okay, I think I was about to say, but with Struble, playoffs. Man, can you have too much defense? Good solid defenseman up, and then some defensive depth. You can't. So trading Struble at this point, unless it's to get a Crosby or something like that, your second line center, if it's not just a for now guy, makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. Struble's a good defenseman. He's a good defenseman. He's got a physical game. He can play with Hudson. Just I think the fact that Struble can play with Hudson if need be, that that keeps him here. They have good defensive depth, but do they have another guy that can play with Hudson like Struble can? I don't know. Because you need guys that can play with Hudson, especially if you have injuries. You need multiple guys that can play with Hudson. You know, and we've got Carrier, we got Struble, we got Gooley that's out. I wouldn't play Matheson with Hudson. That did not work. But you got three guys, and hopefully there's never a point where all three guys are injured. So yeah, no, I really do. I think that keeps Struble part of the organization, at least until they discover that there's another guy that and then it can consider it personally. But Hudson can't do everything alone. He needs a good, solid partner with him. He's not Bobby Orr. There was only one of those guys. Anyway, I really like the Habs defense this year. I mean, it's grown into a really solid, already a pretty solid defense that's only going to get better. Habs power play down to 1:15 left, a minute 15 seconds. All right, Caulfield to Suzuki. Crossover, he goes over the line, spins, and fires it to the other side. I'm not sure who had that. Back to Suzuki. Down to Caulfield. Up to Suzuki. Over to Caulfield at the net. Back to Suzuki in the corner. Up to the point. Hudson over to whoever that is. Back to Hudson. Back to whoever that is. And a shot. A one-timer. Good save. Puck is where? Cleared all the way down. 37 seconds left on the power play. So it ain't over yet. Still enough time for a bunch of chances. Drop pass to Suzuki over to. Nope. That was Kapanen over to Veleno. Veleno fighting for it in the corner. Up to. Got past Suzuki and all the way down. Dobson back to get it. 15 seconds left. Come on, guys. Enough time for one more good chance. And that is a no-go. If they score here, the power play is over. Stolen in the corner by Buffalo. They come out. Some Habs caught changing up, but no damage as was that Matheson knocked the puck off the Sabre to get it out to the Sabres blue line. And it comes backward, and then the Sabres steal it. Henson. Pass off to somebody. Where's the puck? On the other side now. Flipped in. Two behind the net. Wraparound attempt. Dobich was there. I don't even know if Dobich knew what was happening. Then another cross-ice pass to the circle, and Dobich made a good save on that one-timer. Dobich's game tonight has been awesome. I'm liking him more and more, but it doesn't change what I said. But, I mean, I'm just so happy to see that Dobich is not having a drop-off season after, he didn't play the full season. But he played well last season, and good to see just continuing with that. Like, I can definitely see Dobich Fowler as the tandem going forward. Not this season, going forward after this season. And they score! Boom! I don't know who, though. I don't know who. Hudson with his, first goal of the season. And we're up 3-1. Nice. Yeah, Renegade Man, Reinbacher not on that list yet. Engstrom, definitely Engstrom. Nice. Sort of dribbled through. It wasn't cleanly through the goalie, but doesn't matter. Got through. Man, I love the way he kind of figures out where the puck's going to go. He's still sort of, whatever. And then he breaks and goes and gets it. I love that about Hudson's, about his game. So 3-1. I'd called it 3-2 in this game. Maybe Buffalo gets another one. It's still a close game, but Montreal definitely is starting to take over this game. Montreal definitely looks like they're starting to take over this game. Now, will they look back? Can Buffalo get back in it? I don't know. But I don't know how much is left. 8 minutes. They got 8 minutes, 17 seconds, Buffalo, to get back in this game. And they're showing it's for Paramount. They're showing a good show, though. Mayor of Kingstown. Anybody watch that, Mayor of Kingstown? If you don't, it's a good show. It's brutal, though. It's kind of dark and it's kind of brutal, but it's good show, good acting, good writing, good show. Wow, Hudson is a gem, says Phil. If you didn't know Hudson's a gem yet, Phil, Hudson, there's no drop off this year. I know there was a worry for the sophomore jinx or that the NHL had a book on him now. But do they? I don't know. Doesn't look like it. Renegade Man, yeah. Hudson is going to, when you look back on that draft, he's going to be right at the top of that draft. Top three, however, whatever, but he was an absolute steal. Montreal took a chance. They believed him that he was going to grow a little bit. The talent was there. It was just a size problem, and he didn't lie, Hudson, when he said, "My doctors say I'm going to grow a little bit, blah 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 blah," and he did. And just an awesome pick, and where he got him and everything, just amazing. That's great scouting for you, You think Phil has lived under a rock? Probably at some point in his life. Deadwood, awesome. Hannibal, couldn't get into. Penny Dreadful, I tried that one too, couldn't get into. So for me, no, but Deadwood, love Westerns. I love Westerns to start with, and Deadwood was a good one. One of my favorite actors of all time, Timothy Olyphant, was a star in that one. So Buffalo came close there anyway. Dobish helmet came off, so they blew it dead. Darkwing Duck, says Phil. I got one. All they did was trade Kulak for Edmonton's pick, but they picked Hudson, so that's not all they did was trade the pick. It's starting to cool down out there. I'm gonna put on something getting cool. Windy too. Another windy day. It was so windy yesterday. $7:37 to go in this third period. Maybe the game in regulation anyway. Let's see. And it's 3-2. Got to see that one again. 3-2. Well, there's my score. 3-2 Montreal. Let's see if we can stay that way. Excuse me. Anyways, with that goal, still when I said next goal would win the game, that kind of erased that actually. So good thing the Habs got 2 goals. Good heads up play by Quinn, getting that. That was really fun. I don't know if that was a heads up play or the puck actually rolled off his stick right to the other guy. All right, now they got to hold the fort. As far as the score goes, anyway. Keep going, trying to score another one. You know Buffalo's going to try to win this game. That's a stupid thing I said. I would hope they'd try to win the game, right? Caulfield and Benson sort of getting a little bit physical. Two tiny guys. At least that's fair. .651 to go. Face off is to the left of Dobish. Evans taking the draw for the Habs. So the goal was Tyson Kozak. Never heard of him before. Honestly, I don't think I've ever heard that name. Kozak name, I think I've heard before, but wasn't there another player with that name? Anyway, that's who got the goal. Another dangerous little thing there. Dobish makes the save. Come on, boys. Don't let them put this pressure on. Get the fuck out of there. I imagine they're going to pull the goalie in about 3.5 minutes, maybe more. Now, perhaps possession, going to be a big help if they can keep the puck. Going to be a big help. Keep the puck in the offensive zone or neutral zone, another big help. And all that while, try to get another goal. Off icing, I think, call here against Buffalo. Suzuki going to take that draw. No surprise in the offensive zone. Shots are now 29-28, and that's for Buffalo. That's interesting. We're under 5 minutes to go now in regulation. 3-2 Montreal. Big save there by Lyon. Oh, now we got some fighting. Slack, helmet's off. He's been thrown around a little bit. Given some, though. That Thompson and Slack? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Slav got his stick on the goalie's glove after he made the save. That's why they went after him. As you do, and if it was a if that happened on our goalie, we would have done the same. Hey, Paul, very close. It's a very close game so far. Rough and tough. It hasn't been too bad, actually, all game. It's not at points, yeah, it's been chippy, but overall, not too bad. But I'm happy because right now I got the score right for now. Did not get a goal scorer, though. but I'll take solace in the fact that I might get the score right. Although I do expect Buffalo will pull the goalie at some point, obviously, right? Down by one, you're pulling the goalie around the 2.5 minute mark, I would think. And we're closing in on that. We're just a minute and a half from that, about. Maybe a little more. Please tell me the Sabres got an unsportsmanlike call there. I can't because I don't know, but why did you say that? Do I think empty netter? Well, very likely could be an empty netter, right? I mean, that's empty. So I think there's a really strong possibility. I hope there's not, though, because I'd like to get the score right. But I think there's definitely a strong possibility of an empty netter. I don't think there's any chance they don't pull the goal. Yeah, Slash was getting in it with like three different guys. Slack's coming into himself, man, as a man. You know what I mean? He's maturing, and that power forward game that when they drafted him said, it's going to take 4 or 5 years. When we're not expecting things right away. He's getting to that point, and it's coming along. Thompson legit had a rabies outburst after the whistle. I didn't really notice that, to be honest with you. Prefer getting the score right or Habs with more goals? I prefer getting the score right, and my score was that the Habs had more goals. I prefer the Habs winning over whether I get the score right or not, obviously. That's without a doubt. A Habs win trumps anything I might predict. Face off is to the right of Lion. 4:44 to go. We're underway. Hudson to his partner, shot off somebody or the goalie. I'm not sure which. At this point now, every time they come in on even Dobish, even though I'm confident in his game, but I worry, right? You can't help it, right? Because you never know. Anything can go in at any point. But I'm confident that at least Dobish isn't giving up a bad goal here. It ain't Primo. It's not Primo in that. They're tied at 30 shots apiece, by the way. As I struggle to stay awake, but I'm doing fine. 4-on-4, 52 seconds left on that. Bounces have gone Montreal's way on that sequence anyway. So it's 4-on-4, but the net is empty, so it's actually 5-on-4. That's what I was missing. It's the nerve-wracking part of a game when you're in the, when you're only up by one goal at the end, near the end of the third. That's what time it is. Face off just over the Buffalo blue line on the left side, on the right side. Habs control that draw for now, and it's given back already. Shoot. 2:38 to go. Lion with the save. We'll have a face off. I don't know, left or right of him. I don't know. Saline started the fire, and he gets away unburnt. Fire for what? I didn't see anything. Face off to the left of Lion. Controlled by Buffalo again. Fired in by Thompson. Goes around to the other side. Sent back that the same way. Centering attempt. I don't know where the puck is right now. That's the point. One side to the other. A rich shot. I don't know if there was a save made or whatever, but now it's all the way back into Buffalo's zone. 2 to go in regulation. Minute 15. Ooh. Ooh, Dobish. Standing tall. 1:11 left. Nail biter time for another 1:11. Hopefully all the way through. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I don't really give a shit about my prediction. I just want Montreal to win. Timeout. I don't know who took it. Maybe Montreal. Montreal might have taken this timeout. They're getting instruction. They're showing a montage of his saves. He's been good, Dobish. He's been really good tonight. For 1:11 longer, Jacob, be good for another 1:11. Dobish with an empty netter, that would be funny. Hey, Matt Greer, good to see you out there, man. I'm doing good. Hope you are too. Let's get underway here. Come on. It's the open net. Miss the empty net. Puck comes down, back in the Montreal zone, 59.6 seconds left. Habs clear it for another icing, 51.4 left. Who? I thought the net would be more split than last year, so I don't think that changes in my mind. But Dobish is good. I'm really happy to see that he's gotten better this season. That experience of what he got last year, you can see he's learned from it. Come on, boys. Oh, go get it. Go get it. And we got the empty netter. Boom, it's 4-2. Nice. So that's the game right there. I don't think that's gonna, they're not coming back from 2 goals down. So that's it. Suzuki won the race. Yes, sir. That was Suzuki. I didn't even know who that was, to be honest. He makes the block, and it's no, it was Evans. That's right. Suzuki with the block to get the puck to Evans. Evans racing down for the empty netter. Yeah, that's it. No, that's it. Buffalo not going to get another shot. Game over. Montreal wins 4-2. Back in the win column, as I thought. Only missed it by a goal. Really happy to do that. I didn't care as long as Montreal got the win. So we're now at 5-2. Start the season. Jacob Dobish looking fantastic tonight. Monty looking on, and he wants the net. Wants to prove he can do that too. This Dobish performance only has to push him. Hopefully, it'll push him out of his doldrums. And yeah, just great to have Dobish playing well like that. So very happy. And Dobish is now 3-0 in his 4 starts. So or 4 games. I don't know if they're all stars, but just awesome stuff. Good to have Montreal back in the win column. All right, next game, they're on the road in Calgary, 8:30 start on Wednesday. Thursday, they're in Edmonton for a 9 o'clock start. Don't forget that. I am not sticking around. I got to do the members-only review, and I got to make some supper, so don't have time. I'm sorry, but we'll be back on Tuesday. Tomorrow, I'm probably not putting anything out. I'm going to be out most of the day. But what a game. This was a fun game. Thanks to you guys for being here, and I'll see you next time. Till that next time, stay safe out there. Peace out, everybody, and have a good night. Yeah, just have a good night, and I'll see you soon. Ciao, everybody. Ciao, ciao.